drinks up casually. Raise your drinks up. Raise your drinks up casually. It's the Black Bourbon Family.
Hey everyone, I'm Jason.
And I'm Brandy.
And we're the Black Bourbon Family.
Welcome back, everyone. And today we have a special guest.
Yep.
Bourbon Judge.
Hello.
Welcome. And, before he tells a little bit about himself, I just wanted to say, before Jason and I started our Bourbon channel, we actually, about a year ago, started watching Bourbon Judge. And, we were like, yeah, we love this channel and everything, all the content that he was bringing.
Yeah.
And so we were gracious enough. He was gracious enough. Right. Now he was gracious enough to ask that we collaborate. Mm-hmm. And so we are here today.
Yeah. I mean, with the Bourbon Judge, I used to, when we first started talking about starting our channel, I used to say, hey, Brandy, I found this bourbon. I don't know if anybody has this. I would go look at the Bourbon Judge. He did it already. I'm like, oh God. And I began to just enjoy watching and seeing his collection. As you can see, even behind him right now, he has a massive collection of bourbon, all good stuff too. He's had some things that he didn't really care for, but that's not that often. And I just really like how at the end, he always has his gavel and he's like, hey, he lets you know if it's a buy or if it's not a buy. So, we really enjoy watching the Bourbon Judge. And so Bourbon Judge, for those, which is probably few, if they're watching our channel, I'm sure they've seen yours. But for those that maybe haven't, if you wouldn't mind introducing yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. First and foremost, I'm very humble. You guys are too kind. I appreciate all the kind words. Yes, I'm the Bourbon Judge. Similar to you guys, obviously I have my own channel as well, the Bourbon Judge. So I've been, kind of give you a little bit of background. So my family is from Cincinnati, right? And I think kind of just growing up as a kid, I kind of grew up on bourbon, right? That was around like all my aunts, my uncles. They were drinking, all different bourbons as a kid. And I'm always like, that smells pretty good. And then my mom's just like, you better get away from that, boy. Right. But, as you get older in life, it started to honestly, you grow out of like the beer, right? As you go to college, you start to kind of get into beer. And then as I got older, I started just to kind of reconnect with my roots, right? Because Cincinnati's right there on the border of Kentucky. So started to reconnect with my roots and just love bourbon and said, to myself, as I'm walking into liquor stores, this was my foundation, right? I'm walking into liquor stores, you see different bourbons, different price points, different proofs. You have no idea what's good, what's not good, what's just maybe overpriced, but has a high sticker price, if you will. Yeah. So, kind of sitting back one day and said, you know what? I think I want to help educate others. And that's really where it all kind of came about, is helping to educate others as when, individuals are out in the liquor store, they're able to make a really good decision. So that was it.
Very nice. Very nice. And I will say, and Brandy, I'm sure she agrees with me, is that you have provided a lot of education. To be honest with you, we've learned a lot about the various bourbons through watching you.
Thank you.
And because you have so many different kinds, it's like, man, I wonder what that tastes like.
I appreciate that.
No, it's good. No, thank you. And for those who don't know, I know my voice sounds a little different. Brandy's been yelling at me a lot, and so I've been taking it hard. I've been crying a lot. No, we had a nice family outing. We went to a baseball game and it was a lot of yelling. We saw a no-hitter. So we were excited. I was excited the most, it seems like.
Yes.
And so I lost my voice. So hopefully it'll be back soon. But just wanted to say that. So if whoever sees this for the first time is like, hey, he sounds kind of weird. But
yeah, any cracking noise is because of that.
It just says that you had a great time at that baseball game. That's all that matters.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. All right, Brandy. So what are we drinking?
So today we are drinking Bardstown Discovery. Now, if you've ever watched any of our videos, you know that Bardstown Fusion is one of my favorites, and it's like my daily sipper. Well, no, actually, it's not my daily sipper because it's too much. Actually, it's my to get the party started, right?
You just had it as your current favorite at one point, which is still
then
is. And then you had it as, I don't know what you labeled it as, but we know. Here's what I'll say:
it's my favorite.
It's her favorite, and I know that I can't touch her Fusion series.
But today we are drinking Bardstown Discovery.
Yep. And so this one is the fourth batch or series of the Discovery series. This one and Bourbon Judge, I wanted to hear what your thoughts are about it as well, you know, background of the company. But from this one specifically, I know it's a blend of 3 different bourbons or whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
And looking at the bottle, I'm just going to do that. I'm going to cheat a little bit.
Absolutely.
This has a 13-year, a 15-year, and a 10-year. And so the age of it is pretty good. You know, the youngest is 10 years. So to me, because of that, the price is a little bit more expensive.
Yep.
Around our area, it's around $120, $29, $130 or whatever.
About the same for me.
Is it really?
About the same. Yeah, I think I found this one for like $120, I think it was. So about the same, right? Delaware, though, is a little bit cheaper because we don't have taxes. So, so I luck out. So that extra $10 that you're paying, I can save.
But yeah, I don't know, Bourbon Judge, in your experience with Bardstown, anything you want to share with everyone as far as what your thoughts are?
Absolutely, yeah. So, you know, the cool thing about Bardstown, I brought a couple of his, I'll say it's cousins, right? With them. So, you know, they have the Fusion series, which what I like about the Fusion series is that they're attempting to blend in their own bourbon, right? Because they're a newer distillery in Bardstown, Kentucky, right? So they're blending in their own bourbon in addition to some other source bourbon, right? But they're always upfront about it. Like in this Fusion series, which is number 4, is a blend of some Kentucky bourbon and then 3 different bourbons of their own. So that's kind of cool. So that's one. But I love the fact that these guys, you know, they do a great job blending not just only standard bourbon, but they also mix in once in a while some wine finishes as well, right? Yep. So you have the Piper Pavitt, which is the one that's finished in a Cabernet Sauvignon blend. And then also here, the Prisoner, which is finished in French oak red wine barrel. So the one cool thing I will say that I personally love about Bardstown Bourbon Company, well, really 2 things. Number 1, they love the blend. Number 2, they blend very well. And I guess I should add on a third. One last thing, they're very transparent in terms of who they're working with. Not necessarily the name of the distillery, but at least if it's coming from Kentucky or Indiana and so forth. So I appreciate that, right? I know what I'm getting at least, which is cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And see, I told everyone, see, Bourbon Judge showed you right there. He has a nice collection of bars now.
Yes.
We have the Piper Pavitt and the Fusion, but we don't have the Prisoner. See, there you go. That's a prime example of if you want to learn about some good bourbon, watch us, but watch Bourbon Judge as well. He has a lot of good stuff.
For sure.
Appreciate that. Thank you guys. You guys are too kind. Too kind. But I would say though, you know, honestly, when I started to see that you guys were making your videos and your channel and so forth, I was very impressed. I mean, I love the content, and what I love is just, you know, the camaraderie of like the husband and wife kind of combination. That is very cool. So I like that a lot. That says a lot. It's good stuff.
Thank you. All right, so should we start smelling and tasting?
Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's dive into this. I need to pour a little more though.
I don't know if you know, but one of us really just likes to taste while the other person smells and tastes. I'm not going to say who really
Jason is getting in trouble, folks.
Very early.
Very early. Calls in trouble.
The color of it.
It's nice. It's really nice.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Nice amber color.
It is. It's a beautiful amber. You're right.
Yeah.
You're spot on, Brandy. That is nice. Nice little legs when it goes around. That's not bad.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It has some nice legs on it.
It's very nice. Not bad. All right.
Yeah. All right, let's see what we got.
So you said you're right, Jay. So this is a blend of 13-year, 15-year, and 10-year. They're all Kentucky bourbons. Okay.
Yeah.
All Kentucky bourbons that they source. That's really cool. Okay. Wow. So it's nice. A good age statement as well, which I guess, you know, it kind of makes sense. You're paying for that, you know, higher aged bourbon, right? So.
Yeah, absolutely. And from the smell, what do you get?
Did we tell what the proof is?
The proof? Oh no, we didn't.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Oh, it's a 115 proof.
Okay.
115. Okay. I always find like 115 is like that. Anywhere from that 105 to like 120 is a sweet spot for bourbon, right? Because cask strength, it could be hit or miss. It could be really, really good, or it could be so hot you feel like you're just spitting fire like a dragon, right? Seriously. And then you get something that's like less than like 105, like in that mid 90 range. It's like, it's okay. Right? 105 to 120 is just typically is a great, beautiful spot to be. So a lot of, I guess it needs to live up to the expectation, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So Brandy, what do you get on the nose, Brandy? What do you get?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. I like you, Bourbon Judge.
So I'm getting some caramel.
Okay.
And a little bit of cherry as well.
Yeah, I get the cherries also.
I do too. I get a lot of that fruity fruit smells.
Yeah.
Cherry.
I get some apricot in there as well, like some apricot.
Okay.
Some cherries. This is really nice.
Yeah.
The nose is like very just silky and creamy and just fruity all at the same time,
It is. It is. It has a little spice to it.
Spice.
Yeah.
A little spice, a little bit almost like a peppery smell in the background.
Yeah.
Little caramel. It's actually really nice on the nose. I tell you, I'm as you can tell, I mean, I do buy a lot of bourbon, but the ones that I buy more of, that means I typically like their stuff, right?
That's
and
right.
These guys, they do it well. They really do. I don't know about this one, but the other ones, they do it well.
All right. Want to get
All right. Want to get into this one?
Yes, sir.
Ready.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers. Mm-hmm.
Well, that's nice.
It's very nice.
That's really nice. Wow.
I'm getting a little yeah, this is good. I'm getting that cherry.
Some vanilla.
I'm getting the vanilla. Yeah. That caramel.
It's funny in the palate, the two things that really transferred the most. Number one was actually like that pepper that you picked up, Jason.
Yeah.
That pepper came through, and then like a blend of like the caramel and the apricot. I didn't get a ton of the cherries in the palate, but I got the apricot and the pepper that you picked out a lot, and a little bit of the caramel as well.
Yeah. No, this is very, very good. And to be 115 proof, it's not like I don't get that hug.
I'm not getting a hug.
I get a slight hug, but it's not even noticeable as
Not even noticeable. You're right. You're absolutely spot on. Yeah, you're right.
All right. So Bourbon Judge, I'll let you roll with the verdict on this one as our special guest.
You guys are too kind. Oh man. No, I have to. Are you sure? Because I mean, they always say, my mom told me, well, ladies technically should go first. So you sure, Jason and Brandy?
No, that is your thing.
Yes.
You do it.
Yes.
All right. Well, I appreciate it. You guys are too kind. Thank you for that. So for me, I'll just kind of, before I even get the verdict, what I liked about this one here is that to me, it was very complex in the nose, but in the palate, it was slightly less complex, right? I mean, the fruit was there, the apricot, the caramel, and the spice, but it wasn't like overly fruitful, right? Which I'm okay with that. I'm good with that.
Yep.
And I think honestly, for $120 for 115 proof bourbon that, is a blend of anywhere from 10 to 15 years, I think quality wise, this is a buy. In my opinion.
Yes.
For me, this is great quality.
Yeah.
The palate was, like you said, it was long, but it wasn't like, it wasn't super powerful where you're like, oh gosh, that's like that, just like it burns, right? It was a very long finish, but great quality from the nose to the palate. And I do like the fact that the nose to the palate kind of just shifted a little bit, right? Some of those fruit came out just a little bit, but I liked it a lot. I thought it was great, actually.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree, especially for the price. As you can tell, I'm the frugal one in the house.
No, I agree with both of you all. I feel like this is a great bourbon. Excuse me. You know, we all watch a lot of bourbon channels, and someone made the comment, not specifically about this one because this is a newer release, but about the Discovery series in general, is that it could compare up to some of those highly allocated bourbons that are very hard to find. This one is not as easy as, it's not always on the shelf, but it's a little bit easier than the highly allocated. So no, I think this is a very good bourbon, and if you find it, pick it up.
Indeed. You're right. No, I was gonna say you're spot on. And the last thing I'll say is that one last thing I really like about Bardstown Bourbon Company is that all of their series, right? So I think now they're on like number 4. So this is Discovery Series number 4. The Fusion's on number 4. They're just getting better and better, right? As like anything else, they're getting better and better. So, you know, 1 and 2 were pretty decent. 3s were really good.
Yeah.
This 4th series is just, dynamite.
And so, and what I'll do, what I always like to do, Bourbon Judge, is Brandy typically provides a mixed drink, but she said when she saw the price, she said, "No, we're not going to mix anything with this one. We're going to keep this one neat." Yeah. But what I will recommend, and I'll even put it in the description of the video, is Brandy has a mixed drink that she made with the Stag Junior, the Eastern Sour.
Yes.
That drink, Bourbon Judge, and everyone else, is great. I have been making that drink all week, but just in general. And so I know you mentioned that Mrs. Judge is not a huge bourbon drinker, but if you want to try to introduce her to a bourbon, check out this mixed drink. We'll put it in the description and you'll see it there, but it is great. It is great. And it can go with any bourbon. I wouldn't necessarily say with this one because
enjoy this bourbon for the quality. No, I appreciate that. No, hey, if it's a Brandy special drink, I'll serve it up to Mrs. Judge. Maybe she'll break into the bourbon love that we all share. So I appreciate it. Thank you, Brandy and Jason.
Exactly. And so lastly, real quick, as I always do, I have a cigar pairing. So this cigar is it's called the Cuatro Cinco. It's by Joya de Nicaragua. Okay. And so the wrapper is a Nicaraguan Habano. It has a Dominican binder and a Nicaraguan filler. And so this size right here is a Toro. I believe it's 50 by 6 1/4. So nice size cigar. I do a lot of my cigar tastings or whatever you want to call it. I try different cigars based on recommendations that I see on Instagram. And there's a couple of people that I follow all the time and I see what they're smoking. It's Ron Real TV. Okay. Lee Mac 912.
Lee Mac, that's my buddy.
Yeah.
He's based in my area. So I see him once in a while at my cigar lounge.
Oh, wow.
Not my lounge, like I own it. Don't got it like that. Let's just be clear. Cigar lounge that I pay to go to. But yeah, I met Lee Mac a couple of times. He's a cool guy. Cool cat.
Yeah, very nice. Very nice. And so and I follow Cowboyism too, because he also has some great cigar selections. So check those guys out. They have some great stuff. Ashhead Cigar TV is a newer channel that I've been starting to follow. He also has some cigars. But this Joya de Nicaragua, this Cuatro Cinco by Joya de Nicaragua is a great smoke. And I think it would be a great pairing for the Bardstown Discovery.
Appreciate it. I like that. I like the little cigar pairing thing too. That's a nice little tip. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Excuse me. So everyone, first, Brandy and I would like to thank the Bourbon Judge again for joining us today. We have had a wonderful time with you. Glad that you have given the verdict of buy for this bourbon, as we feel it's the same thing. We feel like it's something people should buy. We appreciate you joining us today, everyone. And I should have said this a long time ago, but please subscribe to both our channel as well as the Bourbon Judge's channel. He has great content. I know that you all will really enjoy it. He has a lot of selections. So things that you're considering, thinking about, or even just were wondering how it is, I'm sure you can find it on Bourbon Judge's channel. check him out, subscribe to his channel, check him out on Instagram as well. And one plug I'll throw in there for you, Bourbon Judge.
Yeah, hit me with it.
If the folks ever, when they're running through your videos, if they can check out the videos with Cousin Nita. Oh my God. Oh my God.
she's a riot. She cracks me up.
Yeah. Check out those videos as well as the other ones. We know that you all will really enjoy it. So as always, we thank you all for joining us today. We look forward to hearing your comments, hopefully giving us a thumbs up and subscribing to the channel. And as always, we will talk to you next time.
See you, everyone. Thanks, Brandy. Thanks, Jason.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.